absolutely. I think that the scores are going to be really good. I think you're going to have a great discrepancy in the scores. And I say that because if you play well, I feel like you can make birdies out here. And if you hit it poorly, you're going to be severely penalized with some thick rough. I think the golf course is as great as a fair, difficult test as you want, without going over the edge and without trying to protect par. And I think that the winning score is going to definitely be under par, and it could very well be double digits under par if you play incredibly well. But like I say, it's just the perfect fair test. It's one of the best setups I've ever seen for that. It wasn't an hour and a half for sure, but I don't sign during the round. I don't sign before the round, and so I have to set aside time after the round, and that's kind of what I feel is the fair compromise for me to be able to get my work done, but also to show my appreciation for the fans who come out here and buy tickets and allow us to play golf for a living. And so I've noticed a lot of good young players are doing the same thing as far as treating the fans very well. I think we've got a great crop of good young players that do the same thing. And I've just always been appreciative of the fact that I get to play golf for a living. I just love what I do, and it's when you see the community support for an event like this here in Rochester and all the people out here, you want to do something to make sure they know they're appreciated. Well, when you get into the heat of and the pressure of a major championship, you end up always reverting back to your old habits, whether they're good or bad. And one of the things I like to do in a major is make golf more of a reactionary sport, where I look at the shot, try to see the shot, and then just react to it. Let myself just try to create that shot without overthinking it, without thinking about mechanics or technique or what have you. And so coming down the stretch, certainly at the British Open, the back nine there, that was exactly what was happening, because I was just trying to see the shot and create it without thinking about mechanics or whatnot, because you have so much running through your head that you want to try to simplify it as much as you can. I didn't notice a lot of changes on that hole. What is different to the 15th green? Okay. I think the 15th hole is a great par 3 because it doesn't beat you up on distance. You know, you can be pretty precise with a 7 or 8 iron that will be hitting in there, and you want to take on that pin, but you got to be careful for the water. But what's also challenging about that hole is if you miss it left, the green is difficult because it's pitched into you at first and then works away, making it a chip shot, a bunker shot, extremely difficult to get close. And so that's actually a hole where I feel like you want to take on the risk and try to get it close, try to make it a birdie hole, because there's no bailout on that hole, regardless of where the pin is.
And Phil, the question about the pick the hole location challenge, that where people can vote for the pin placement on that, are you familiar with that?
I'm not, no.
People can go on PGA.com and determine where the hole will be located on 15 green on Sunday.
Cool. The setup is similar, but I feel like it's a more fair test today because of the graduated rough. I feel like the graduated rough was cut in places that did not overly penalize shots that were well struck but just missed its target. I feel like if you play well, you can score lower than maybe 0-3, but if you hit wayward shots, I feel like the rough is a little bit thicker and taller, longer, making it harder to salvage pars. So all in all, I thought it was a great test. I'm curious to see how quick the greens will be, because they're a lot quicker today than they were when I was here a week ago. And the challenge of this golf course is the severity of the back-to-front pitch in most of the greens. That to me is one of the biggest challenges that Oak Hill provides, because if you do miss it long, getting that chip shot to stop close, especially out of difficult rough where it's hard to control the ball chipping, that's the big challenge. It forces you to want to leave every shot underneath the hole so you can get up and down. if the greens stay under 12, under 11.5, 12, you can get the ball close to the hole. You can get the ball from behind the greens close. And so I think the biggest X factor that or unknown is just how quick the greens are rolled. Well, I don't know the expectations, but I think we all hope to have the guys that are playing their best golf in the mix, in contention on Sunday, and certainly that's where I'd like to be. That's what the goal is to get the top guys, the guys that are the top 5, top 10, top 20 in the world, get them competing for the Wanamaker Trophy on Sunday. I've always said that my favorite thing about great championship courses is having holes that are having the easy holes be easy and be birdieable, and having the hard holes be really hard pars. Oak Hill does that exceptionally well. There are a lot of holes you can make birdie out here, and there are holes that if you play it well, you expect birdie from the tee. And there are holes that are some of the hardest pars in the game. 17 and 18 are two of the hardest pars that you could possibly have coming down the stretch. So we very likely could see a 2 or 3 shot swing coming down the stretch from bogeys and doubles, maybe not birdies. 16 is a birdie hole, 15, 14, and 13, and 12. So you've got 12 through 16 where you can make up ground making birdies, and you've got 17 and 18 where you're just trying to get home in pars. You could have a huge swing of strokes in that stretch. I think that having Tiger win last week is great because I can't remember the last time somebody won the week before a major and then went on and won, you know. So having him back, having him play well, having him win like he's won this year is great for the game of golf. And the work that he's been doing with Sean Foley has been noticeable and been paying off, and he has not had some of the shots that he had for a few years. He looks really solid, and has played some great golf like he did last week. I think it's great for the game to have him back playing well. I also think it's great for the game to see guys like Adam Scott and Justin Rose come out and win major championships early on. Guys that have all this potential, that have these incredible games, that have been winning and now have won golf's biggest events. And that just makes it exciting because we have a number of players that can really create a lot of interest in this final major championship.